Tampa Bay and the Jets. Geno Smith started for the Jets. Maybe you heard about this. Mark Sanchez says, look, if you're really in trouble, just raise your hands up and say, help, someone come and help me. So what kind of first half was it for Geno? Not one to write home about. Was this preseason inability to grasp the offense going to hurt him? Hurt the Jets right here. Fumbles, the ball comes out. That would result in a Doug Martin touchdown. Tampa Bay would take a 14-5 lead. Geno Smith again. Overthrows Clyde Gates. Tampa Bay with the interception. Things would get a little worse for Geno. Here he is trying to avoid the sack. Instead, he loses 20. Tampa Bay looked like they were taking control of this game, but just before halftime, Geno Smith takes the Jets on a drive. Less than 40 seconds left to go. Kellen Winslow open on the goal line. Geno Smith finds him. Tampa Bay down 14, or now only up 14-12. Jets go in on a big upswing. How would Darrelle Revis do in his return to New York? Well, Antonio Cromartie had some advice.
Knowing Revis as well as you do, will you give Geno any tips?
Yeah.
What?
Don't throw the ball to his side.
Geno actually did try a couple of times. Here he is looking for Santonio Holmes on the slant. How many times did Revis do this for the Jets? Incomplete. Again, here's Geno looking deep, thinking end zone. Revis just behind it. Almost an interception against his former team. How about Josh Freeman? Well, I think Josh Freeman's going to look for the snap a lot earlier the next time. First score of the game, a safety by the Jets. Freeman not looking, the ball goes out of the end zone. Again, safety's rampant throughout the NFL today. Freeman again looking in the end zone. Mike Williams beats rookie D. Milliner, who never turned around. This is how Tampa Bay got their 7-2 lead on the Jets. And then just before halftime, the bad Josh Freeman came back again. Picked off by DeJuan Landry, who had a nice long return. This set up the Jets touchdown that made it 14-12, so an uneven day continues for Josh Freeman. Fourth quarter, the game still in doubt after a Nick Folk field goal gave the Jets the lead. There's a pass to Vincent Jackson, who takes it all the way down to the Jets' 26-yard line. Touchdown-saving tackle by Demario Davis. It looks like the Bucs are going to pull it out. They kick a field goal to go up 17-15. But Jets' last chance. 15 seconds left to go. Geno Smith flushed out of the pocket, runs out of bounds for the first down, and hang on a second. That is a late hit penalty on the Buccaneers. Levante David hits Geno Smith after he's taken a step out of bounds. The Bucs coaches say, don't do that again, we could lose. And they do lose. Next play, Nick Folk, just inside the uprights. The Jets win 18-17. Geno Smith, just like we drew it up, the NFL belongs to him for a day.
Bucs and Saints, Josh Freeman no longer the captain thanks to that guy. We think this is not a good relationship. This was not good weather. Lightning issues delayed the game by an hour and 9 minutes. First quarter, Drew Brees to Jimmy Graham. Career high 179 yards to the air.
Got it from the leave your all-pro tight end. Wow.
Just let him run.
Saints up 10-7 at the break. Fourth quarter, up 6 and looking for more, but Brees picked off by Mason Foster.
That's a very strange program.
Hey, did he just throw that ball right to him? I'm not seeing something.
But watch the tackle attempt.
He should have stayed in front. I know I'm 46 and my eyes are not as sharp as they once were.
85 yards on the score.
But did Brees just throw that ball right to this man?
Yeah, he's trying to explain himself on several fronts there.
He
now,
was open.
Up a point, Greg Schiano calls a timeout, sending out Ryan Lindell, 47 yards to make it a 4-point game, and they miss it.
He'll kill you, boy.
So, Drew Brees has got that shot, and it's time for our Mercedes-Benz drive of the day. A little over a minute to go. No timeouts left. Brees to Jimmy Graham, and we're in Bucs territory.
Oh, he never throws the ball to him.
And here we go.
Then Drew Brees to Darren Sproles.
Nah, he never throws it to him either.
And then Drew Brees to the Saints' all-time leading pass catcher, Marcus Colston. Look at this pitch and catch.
No reason to double him either.
Now, remember, no timeout, so they go down, they spike it, which they do. That sets up Garrett Hartley from 29 yards out. Saints 2-0. Remember, they didn't get their second win until October 21st.
Coach is back.
A year ago.
Coach is back.
The Buccaneers and the Patriots. Josh Freeman under 50% both of the games coming into this one. And Tom Brady 50 consecutive games with at least one touchdown pass. First quarter, no score, facing 3rd down and 2. Tom can't move around that well.
No.
Eventually going to go down. Sacked by Levante David and Mark Barron, 9-yard loss. Led to a Patriots punt. Tom Brady sacked again. Adrian Claymore drops him for 9.
This is how you try to slow down Brady in this offense.
The only way
blitz,
you can do it.
Push that pocket and get after Brady.
Into the second quarter, now facing 3rd down and 4. Brady looking for one of his young targets, Aaron Dobson. He's open, 15-yard gain.
You'll see this team as the gradually season progresses, these young guys start to get more and more comfortable, or Brady gets more and more comfortable with them.
4th and 2, same combo, same result. First down, gain of 6.
And Dobson, there's an opportunity here. I keep emphasizing that you got to take advantage of those opportunities to be the guy. Here's another guy.
Yep.
Kenbrell Tompkins, 16-yard score. Patriots on the board now leading 7-3. First career touchdown for Kenbrell Tompkins. He would have another right there, back of the end zone.
Look at the presence. Tom Brady, one of the best guys in the pocket, but the young guys making some plays. This bodes well for Tom Brady's future also.
Yes.
Having these young guys step up.
Buccaneers now with the ball, and the offense just struggling mightily. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And the Patriots led 17-3 at halftime. They went on to win 23-3. And Josh Freeman under 50% in all 3 games this season. Arizona, Tampa Bay. And the first face we're going to see, Josh Freeman.
Wow, how about that?
Nice
We still
job.
love you, Josh.
Benched earlier in the week, the rookie Mike Glennon getting his first start, and there's his first touchdown toss.
Not bad. They get the ball because of a turnover. And that's how he gets his first touchdown, takes it home with him.
Yeah, I'm going to keep that ball. Third quarter now. Ball on the Bucs' 33-yard line. Carson Palmer under some pressure.
Yeah.
Picked off by Darrell Revis.
Yeah, the bailout ball, I really don't like that. The guy just chuck and duck. That never can end well.
Normally does not.
Revis having a big day, man. Showing you he's still got it. Nice job by Darrell Revis.
First career INT with his new team. Fourth quarter, Buccaneers leading 10-3. Glennon. There's a pretty good corner on the other side of the field, too, and that's Patrick Peterson.
That is correct.
Cardinals take over with excellent field position there on the 13-yard line.
And you have to ask yourself the question, this offense really kind of looks the same. But Tampa Bay's defense has played well all season long, and that's just too much pressure to put on a team. You're talking only 3 points with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Just a tremendous amount of pressure they're putting on their defense.
That was Palmer to Fitzgerald. This is Glennon being sacked by Dante Moak.
Oh, man.
Wow. Almost a safety, but as it is, just a 9-yard loss. Buccaneers forced to punt. Arizona next possession. 1st and 10 from the Tampa Bay 38. Palmer with time. Jerron Brown.
Nice.
Excellent catch.
Wow, and that should be 15 on top of that. That's one of those kind of...
Deshaun Goles and who else?
Wow.
Adds another 10 yards to the play. Sets up the Cardinals for an easy field goal.
He might be sitting down next week. I think the league's about had enough of those.
There it is, and that's how the Cardinals go on top 13-10, 27-yard field goal from Jay Feely. Next Tampa Bay possession. 4th play of this drive. Glennon again picked off by Patrick Peterson.
Just not good.
Patrick Peterson, 2 interceptions in that quarter. Big smile on the sideline. Mike Glennon had 2 picks in the 4th quarter. What started out well ended poorly, and it's 13-10 Cardinals. That's how they moved to 2-2, and the Buccaneers still looking for that first win.
And look at that stat line. That stat line looks just like it looked the week before in the last few weeks. To me, it's a consistent theme. The quarterback position, I don't know whether you want to say they're not playing well or the X's and O's aren't good because they put another guy in and he's a young player and he showed you some signs. But again, that looked just like what Freeman was doing.
Right?
Eagles and the Bucs. Greg Schiano still looking for his first win of the year. Chip Kelly would start Nick Foles in place of Michael Vick today. Vick, the emergency quarterback. First quarter, no score. Look at Foles, the draw up the middle for the 4-yard touchdown. You were distracted by that yellow circle on the ground. That's how Foles actually got in the end zone. Eagles up 7-0. Next Eagles possession, LaShawn McCoy takes the handoff, jumps over Darrell Revis, who strips the ball, takes it the other way for the touchdown. Look at the Buccaneers evening things up, but hold on, the play would be reviewed. Revis makes the play, but is ruled down by contact next to McCoy. The Buccaneers would take over, though, get a field goal to make it 7-3. Second quarter, Eagles ball down 10-7, 2nd and 8 from the Buccaneers 12. Here's Nick Foles, Deshaun Jackson, who beat Darrelle Revis on the play. Revis can't run with me. Not on that play, couldn't. 12-yard touchdown. Watch again. Jackson runs right past Revis, who was looking for safety help over the top. Since when does Darrelle Revis need help? Capped off that 54-yard drive. Eagles up 14-10. Buccaneers get the ball back. 3rd and 14. Mike Glennon can't find a receiver. Look at him. He's nimble. He scrambles for 16 yards for the first down, keeping the drive alive. 3 plays later, after a 24-yard run by Doug Martin, 1st and goal from the Eagles 1. Glennon to Vincent Jackson with a great catch on the fade for the touchdown. Jackson finished with 114 yards and 2 touchdowns. Bucks back on top. 17-14, 3rd quarter, 2nd and 4 from the Eagles 36. Here's Mike Glennon throwing for Tequan Underwood. Intercepted by Bradley Fletcher. Glennon finished for 273 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. The Eagles take over. So now here's Philadelphia trying to capitalize. Nick Foles looking deep for Riley Cooper. And Riley Cooper makes the grab in the end zone for the touchdown. Eagles back on top, 21-17. 4th quarter, Eagles ball after a Buccaneers field goal. This one nip-tuck, 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Foles looking short for Riley Cooper, who takes it and goes up the sideline for 44 yards. Cooper finished with a $120 and a touchdown. Next play, 1st and 10 from the Buccaneers 36. It's Nick Foles looking for Deshaun Jackson. Revis can't run with me. Revis can't run with me. Nobody can run with him on that one. Wide open for the 36-yard touchdown. Foles threw for 296 and 3 touchdowns. Michael Vick looks on as Foles may have just taken away the starting job. They win it, 31-20. Bucks and the Falcons. Mike Glennon, his 3rd career start. Was he shooting free throws before the game? No, he wasn't, but Thomas DeCoud was. Look at that, even getting the pretend congratulatory low fives after he took a shot. 1st quarter, no score, Bucks ball. Glennon sacked by William Moore. It's DeCoud who goes in for the touchdown. See, kids, make your free throws. Good things happen. Falcons lead 7-0. 2nd quarter, Falcons ball leading 7-0 still. It's Ryan looking for Jaquiz Rogers, who got a ton of passes out of the backfield today. Gets free, goes in for the 19-yard score. Falcons up 14. Ensuing Bucks possession. Well, when all else fails, let's throw deep for Vincent Jackson. Jackson makes the circus catch with one hand. 59-yard touchdown. Watch again. Rookie from Miami, Mike James, picks up the blitzing Desmond Trufant, gives Glennon a clean pocket. The great one-handed catch. Yeah, I'm just going to need one hand. That's all I need. Longest pass of Glennon's career. Following a 20-yard punt by Michael Kanan, Falcons ball up 17-7. Harry Douglas, everybody. 37-yard touchdown. Douglas had 149 yards receiving and a score on the day. Yeah, who needs Roddy White and Julio Jones? We're fine. It's 24-7, 3rd quarter. Bucks ball now trailing 24-10. Robert Alford on the punt return, hit by Brian Leonard. Ball comes out, recovered by Dakota Watson. Bucks ball at the Falcons 23. Could this be a Tampa Bay comeback? 2 plays later, 2nd and 5. Glennon looking for Doug Martin. Can't come down, and he gets crunched by William Moore. Watch it again. Injured his right shoulder on the play. Martin would not return. 47 yards rushing on the day for him. 5 plays later, Greg Schiano decides going to go for it on 4th and 1 on the Falcons 3. James runs up the middle, gets 2 yards down to the 1. Bulldozer of a rush. 1st down Bucks. 2 plays later, 2nd and goal. Glennon, Vincent Jackson again. Bucks trail 24-17. Jackson had 10 catches for a $138 on the day. So now the Falcons try to answer. Ryan finds Drew Davis. Great 24-yard catch. Watch again. Anything you can do with one hand, Vincent Jackson, I can do better. That's all I need. Greg Schiano said, oh, wait, did that really happen? Did that really happen? 4th quarter, same drive, 5 plays later, 2nd and goal, and the Bucks 8. Ryan, again, Jaquiz Rogers, somehow in the middle of the field comes up with that. Scoots in from 8 yards out. Falcons up 31-17. Ryan, 3 touchdowns despite not having Jones and Roddy White. Following a Ryan Lindell 35-yard field goal, Bucks try for the onside kick. DeCoud gets the great rebound to recover the kick. See, kids, practice your free throws. Falcons ball, they kneel on it. 31-23.
19 different signs, it says, posting saying fire Shiano, having lost 11 of their last 12 games coming in. And this is a sort of number of signs throughout Raymond James Stadium that we saw. And then Cam Newton came in the first quarter and started matriculating the ball down the field, finding Steve Smith on 3rd and 9 to move it in the plus side of the field for Carolina for the first time of the night. And then 6 plays later, it's 3rd and 12, and Cam does it with his feet, Steve.
Yeah, this is an improvise. He sees there's no containment on the left side over there, Sap, and it's a long yardage situation, and he goes and conveniently picks that thing up.
It was a 15-play drive capped off on 3rd and goal by Cam Newton, extending the play and then finding one of his 2 wide-open tight ends in the end zone. He chose the Greg Olsen option there. Newton, 57 pass yards, 23 rush yards on the drive. And Darrelle Revis in the first half. Dion, what are your thoughts on what you saw of Darrelle Revis tonight?
I like Darrelle Revis, what he's doing. I mean, that could go either way right now. But he looks good as a cornerback. He keeps his balance. He made some plays on the ball, and he fought. I mean, he's a tough, tenacious cornerback. I like what he did. But he played a lot of zone tonight, which we can't understand either.
Second quarter of this game, 0 rushing touchdowns for D'Angelo Williams on the season coming in. That changed to a number 1 right here on this run, Marshall.
Rich, I talked about it. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers hadn't given up many rush touchdowns. D'Angelo Williams hadn't had one, and he's the franchise leader. So that was a great run by him. Well-blocked play.
All 7 games this year, Carolina's defense has not given up a first half touchdown, and then Cam Newton up 14-6 in the second half, picking him up, putting him down. 19-yard gain for Newton, who had 50 rush yards on the night. And then down to the Buccaneers 7 they go. Cam Newton runs it in for the 25th rushing touchdown of his career. First NFL player in history to have 50 or more passing touchdowns or 25 or more rushing touchdowns over a 3-season span in any part of their career. Warren?
What is this? Sounds about to blow. I mean, they're running the game, and all quarterbacks get courage in the red zone, and especially Cam Newton, who only 3 running backs have more rush touchdowns than him since he came in this league. Unforgivable.
The only person who could sort of stop Cam was one of his own teammates, some friendly fire warming up on the sideline right there. The final score of this game, 31-13.
That was the hardest hit all night.
The battle of former Wolfpack quarterbacks. Yeah, Russell Wilson, he said of Mike Glennon, he's a great football player. I told him before the season started, just go win the starting gig, do whatever he could to be successful, never let up. They're winless this year, the Bucs. Yeah. All right. Well, they're trying, and they came out punching. Look at this is Michael James filling in for the injured Doug Martin, 28 carries on a $158. He had it working.
That's all I can say on that one. He's trying to eat.
All right, second quarter, it's zeros, but Mike Glennon keeping the play alive and finding Timothy Wright.
Nice play.
So look who's up in this game. Up in Seattle, where they won 11 straight home games. Russell Wilson's never lost in this place. Well, then it's Glennon to Tyquan Underwood with the kid in play haircut still under that helmet. It's 14-0 Bucs.
Look out. Look out. But what had
Guys,
happened?
I need some enthusiasm. The Bucs are 14-zip.
It's hard.
Look at this.
We're in
Long
shock.
games,
We're in
second
shock
quarter,
right now.
bud.
What in the Tim Tebow's going on with the jump pass from Michael James to Tom Crabtree?
Might as well try everything. Ain't nothing else been working.
It's 21-0.
Try a finger roll next time.
Now in the third quarter, the Bucs are up 24-7. Wilson keeping the play alive.
Last name Wilson.
Oh, that's pretty pitch and catch to Doug Baldwin and a gain of 19. Next play, Russell Wilson.
Special.
Taking it in from 10 yards out, and Seattle is down 10. On to the fourth, where the Bucs lead has been shaved down to 7. 3rd and 3. What do? Wilson to Jermaine Kearse. This kid.
That's a great play.
Yeah, he's an athletic receiver.
Russell Wilson, 8 for 12 on 3rd downs, which is phenomenal.
So it's now 1st and goal. Wilson looking for Doug Baldwin, but it's picked off by Keith Tandy.
Can't do that down there, Russell.
The Tandy man can.
The Tandy man can.
And Wilson's second pick of the day means the Bucs are in business. Now Glennon on 3rd and 2, just just throws it away. Oh, that is critical right there. Instead, you give the ball back to Seattle. Wilson to Baldwin, and he's into the end zone. We got a tie game. We go into overtime where the Bucs would get the ball first. Remember, if they score a touchdown, it's over. They kick a field goal. Seattle's got the rule. Well, it's just the rules we play by. Glennon on 3rd and 7, trying to keep it alive, and he can't. Sacked by Bobby Wagner and Cliff Averill. So Tampa Bay punts. And here comes beast mode.
Oh, Lord.
Who's going to tackle?
Ain't nobody trying to get in front of that.
125 yards on the day for him. 3 plays later, Stephen Hauschka to win it.
In the house.
That's 12 straight wins at home, and Tampa Bay falls to 0-8 for the first time since 1985.
Desperately in need of a win, Joe Philbin and the Dolphins trying to shake off those distractions they've been dealing with all week. And Mr. Sapp entering the Ring of Fame there at Raymond James.
Big 99.
It was a party for this man. Said he shed a few tears.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
You big baby.
First quarter on the opening drive. Oh, my goodness. Yes. Look who's in the end zone.
That was Donald Penn.
Donald Penn. And did he dunk it, or did he just lay it in there?
Well, it was kind of like my dunks in high school. You know? You can call it that if you feel sorry for it.
Let's flash back to another defensive lineman that caught a couple of touchdown passes back in the day.
Watch the dance. I don't know what you call it, but you know what? It's pretty sweet.
I forgot what you call that. I call it the pogo stick dance, but there is a name for it. We're going to find out. All right, so the Dolphins on the ensuing possession going to work. Tannehill to Brian Hartline for 10 yards, but there's a penalty on Mike Pouncey for unnecessary roughness. Take another look. That's not something
that probably fits both the unnecessary and the roughness aspects of that penalty.
That's what Bill Belichick calls dumb football, Dan.
Yeah, Philbin just looking on in awe. How could that happen? Second quarter, Daniel Thomas tackled in the end zone by Levante David. That's known as a safety.
Yes, sweet play. Great reaction by Levante David. But I'm going to show you a little later in the show. This Miami Dolphins offensive line, pathetic a lot of the night.
Well, so the Bucs take a 12-0 lead. 2 Dolphins possessions later. Tannehill to Rashard Matthews for a 12-yard gain. Penalty on Deshaun Goldson for unnecessary roughness. Oh, can't.
Yeah, the Bucs haven't won a game. They're a little chippy. Chippy out there.
Well, and Deshaun is always chippy, so you put 0-8 with that.
So Tannehill finding Hartline again. This is a 19-yard gain. And the Dolphins getting things going finally on offense. Tannehill then again to Rashard Matthews, wide open for the touchdown. The Dolphins still trail 15-7 going into halftime. Matthews' first career touchdown there in the third quarter. Dolphins with the ball. Tannehill on the play action. Swings it over to Matthews again for a touchdown. The Dolphins go for 2 but would not convert, so they take a 16-15 lead. Bucs have the ball now. Glennon looking for Vincent Jackson. Whoops. Instead, Jimmy Wilson picks it off and returns it 23 yards. So the Dolphins take over at the Bucs 7. They have to settle for a Caleb Sturgis field goal, and they take a 19-15 lead. Fourth quarter now. Bucs have the ball. Trying to draw something up that might work here. Glennon, he's working in the play action. To Quan Underwood on the receiving end for 17 yards, and the Bucs now in Dolphins territory. 2 plays later, Bobby Rainey.
Ouch, ouch. Oh, hit the Jets.
I want to say Western Kentucky.
I believe you are correct, sir. Good run there, dancing through the raindrops and picks up 31 yards. First and goal for the Buccaneers, and here's Bobby Rainey around the edge. So the Bucs regain the lead. It's 22-19 at this point. The Bucs' next drive, same score. Mike Glennon looking for Underwood one more time, but this one going to fall incomplete.
I thought that was picked off when that left his hand right there.
Yes. But guess what we have here? Roughing the passer. A little helmet to helmet.
Wheeler. What did I call it a minute ago? Dumb football, Deshaun Goldson.
Not good on Wheeler there. So the fresh set of downs for the Buccaneers. Mike Glennon pressured, rolling out to his left. Runs out of bounds to stop the clock with 3:08 left, and the Buccaneers forced to punt.
Got to stay in bounds there, do something.
So Tannehill is sacked here. Keep in mind, he wasn't sacked the entire game until this point. The Dolphins forced to use a timeout with just under 2 minutes to go, and Gerald McCoy getting to him, so they're sacked twice in a row are the Dolphins. They're forced to use another timeout with 1:49 left, 2 plays later. Tannehill's pass Ruh-roh, this is trouble.
Darrelle Revis.
Picked off by Darrelle Revis. The Bucs take over at their own 33, and they get their first win of the season. Hail to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 22-19 is the final.
Atlanta and Tampa Bay, 9 out of Matt Ryan's 10 interceptions this season have all been on the road. Greg Schiano coming off his first win of the season against the Dolphins. How about Gerald McCoy? Coming into this game, McCoy had 3 sacks on the season, 1st and 10 from the Bucs 35. McCoy sacks Matt Ryan for a loss of 4. Next play, why not? Now he sacks Ryan again for a loss of 10. Later in the second quarter, 3rd and 8 from the Buccaneers 21. McCoy sacks Ryan once again for a loss of 6 yards, puts a halt to the drive. McCoy finished with 6 tackles, 3 sacks, and 1 pass defended. Second quarter, game tied at 3. Buccaneers ball, Mike Glennon looking for Vincent Jackson. I just need one hand. That's all. 47-yard gain. Jackson is pumped. Watch it again. He looks the completion in. One arm. 1st and 10 from the Falcons 34. 3 plays later, 2nd and 19. It's Bobby Rainey who runs right into the end zone. Bobby Rainey's been good. Mike James was good. How was Doug Martin not good? Rainey loves it. Buccaneers lead 10-3. Ensuing Falcons possession, 1st and 10, their own 34. Ryan picked off by Mason Foster, and Mason Foster huffs, and he puffs, and he chugs, and he pulls a team of Clydesdales into the end zone for a 37-yard touchdown. Matt Ryan says, what has happened to us this season? What is going on? Buccaneers lead 17-3. Falcons get the ball back. Ryan finds Roddy White. White makes the play, but loses the football. Ball recovered by Mark Barron. Watch again. White gets tackled awkwardly by Deshaun Golston. Mason Foster fumbles before his knee touches the ground. White can't believe it. Buccaneers ball from their own 47. 1st and goal. It's Bobby Rainey again for a 3-yard touchdown. Buccaneers extend their lead 24-3. At this point, people were looking at their fantasy teams and saying, I'm not playing against Bobby Rainey today, am I? I'm not playing against, right? That guy didn't start him, did he? I hope not. 3rd quarter, Buccaneers ball, they lead 24-6. Glennon drops back, throws it downfield for Vincent Jackson. This time, Vincent Jackson needs both hands. Slacker. 53-yard gain. Glennon is pumped. Next play, 1st and goal. It's Glennon, and it's Bobby Rainey. The 4-yard touchdown, Rainey. 30 attempts, 163 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns rushing, and 1 receiving. Bucs up 31-6. Ensuing Falcons possession, the punt is blocked by Dakota Watson. Recovered at the Falcons' 20-yard line. 1st and 10 from the Falcons' 20. Buccaneers 3rd and goal from the Falcons' 3. All right, the only guy who hasn't gotten in the end zone yet is Vincent Jackson. 3-yard touchdown catch, 10 catches, 165 and a score. Buccaneers win it by the final of 41-28. Mike Glennon, 231 through the air with 2 scores. Tampa Bay and Detroit. Matthew Stafford and the Lions sit atop the NFC North. Would they be at the end of this highlight? Second quarter, Lions ball trailing 10-7, 3rd and 6. Stafford throws right. Joseph Foria for the touchdown. Foria loves it a lot. I'm rolling. Take another look. He maintains possession, gets both feet in bounds before getting pushed out. 11th catch and 6th touchdown of the year. He's like the John Kuhn of receivers. Next Lions possession, same score. Stafford looking for Brandon Pettigrew instead. Leonard Johnson, 48 yards for the touchdown. That looked like it hurt. He got hurt more doing that leap. Take another look. Brandon Pettigrew ducks as the ball comes near him. That is not going to earn him points in film review this week. Stafford is irate, and rightfully so. Buccaneers retake the lead 17-14. Hey, how about Revis Island against Megatron? I know it sounds like a movie on the Sci-Fi Network. Here's Revis staying with Johnson step for step. Revis in zone coverage. Johnson breaks away. Ball is thrown incomplete. Johnson beats Revis on the slant for 19 yards. So, back and forth a bit. Johnson would have 4 catches for 61 yards in the first half. Ensuing Lions possession, Stafford looks deep, overthrows a wide-open Calvin. Stafford can't believe it. Oh, my God. Revis is 5 yards away from him. Revis would hurt his groin, though, on the play and would not return to the game. Matchup ended. Third quarter, Lions opening possession, same score. Stafford goes back to Pettigrew this time, jumps courageously for the football, salutes the Lions faithful. It's 21-17 Lions. Next time they have the ball, Stafford looking for Calvin. This one intercepted by Keith Tandy, who just stood in the middle of the field and jumped up for the football. The third interception for the day from Stafford. Fourth quarter Buccaneers ball and the same score. 1st and 10 from their own 15. Mike Glennon says, I'm going to try bet here. I'm going to try a little play action. Deep to Taquan Underwood. He's wide open. Pushes the DB away and goes 85 yards for the touchdown. Buccaneers retake the lead 24-21. And suddenly things are looking dire for the Lions. Next time they possess the ball, 4th and 21. Sam Martin's punt is blocked and recovered by Ted Larson for 11 yards. 1st and 10 from the Lions, 11. 4 plays later, this could be a big one. Ryan Lindell from 35 yards away. It's a gimme, right? Lindell just pushes it wide of the upright, ruled no good. Lindell is irate. Schiano would challenge the ruling, but the officials say that play is unreviewable. If it goes over the upright, can't look at it. Lions ball from the 25. Stafford connects with Chris Durham for 19 yards, but Durham fumbles, recovered by Kelsey McCray. The Lions, their own worst enemies on Sunday. Watch it again. Durham, up in the air, just loses control of the football. Stays in bounds, comes out. That's a fumble. Ensuing Buccaneers possession. Ryan Lindell lining up from 50 yards away. Maybe a little bit longer, he would make it, and this one is no good again. Ryan Lindell says, really? That's what happened, really? 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 So now the Lions have a chance. A minute to go. Stafford looking for Calvin Johnson. But it goes in and out of Johnson's hands, into the hands of Jonathan Banks. He breaks bad towards the football and breaks towards a win for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Watch it again. Uncharacteristic move. Calvin can't possess it. And yes, Johnson and the Lions fall 24-21 to Tampa. Tampa Bay and Carolina. Cam Newton, yes, Superman. Flying high off that big Auburn victory. Maybe he would return a missed field goal for a game-winning touchdown. Maybe not. Riverboat Ron, some aggressive play during their 7-game win streak, first quarter. Panthers' second possession, Cam Newton takes it 57 yards all the way to the Bucs' 15-yard line. His second career rush of 50 or more yards. Watch it again. Cam Newton smiling as he runs by Deshaun Goldson. Hey, you're not catching me. You're not catching me. 2 plays later, 2nd 11. It's Newton. Brandon LaFell is wide open back of the end zone. Toe tap touchdown. Panthers lead 7-3, and that ball goes to a fan. Oh, no, I'm giving it to you. Very good. Thank you. Well, thank you. Second quarter now. Bucs ball trailing 7-6. Mike Glennon drops back, looking for Vincent Jackson. Good for 60 yards. Would make it 1st and goal at the 4. 3 plays later, 3rd and goal at the 4. Glennon scrambling to buy time. And then, hold on to it. Hold on to the ball. Oh, slips out, recovered by Dwan Edwards at the 19. Watch again. It just comes out sometimes. Those balls are slippery. First down, Panthers. Ensuing Panthers possession, Newton connects with Steve Smith for 16 yards. His reception streak now alive at 103. That drive would end in a field goal. Panthers up by 4. Next Panthers possession, same score. Newton sprints to his right, throws it back to Greg Olsen. Oh, this play got Syracuse into a bowl game yesterday. Olsen takes the screen for a 30-yard catch and run. Great blocking by Ryan Khalil. 3 plays later, 4th and goal at the 1. Riverboat Ron, dial it up. It's the pistol. Newton over the top. The ball pops loose, but it was across the goal line for a touchdown. Watch it again. Darrelle Revis pokes it out, but clearly the ball was over the goal line. Panthers up 17-6 at the half. Newton's 20th game with a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown, and Riverboat Ron is feeling it. Watch out for those aces over 8s hands. I hear they're bad. Third quarter, Bucs still trailing 17-6. Glennon buys time, looking for Jackson. Instead, picked off by Mike Mitchell, who could have called for a fair catch. Flag thrown on the play. The pass was ruled uncatchable on the underthrow, similar to the call in New England. So Panthers ball at the 22-yard line. So 1st and 10 at the Bucs 36, 4th play of the drive. Newton, Ted Ginn Jr. into NFL relevance for the first time in his career. 36-yard touchdown pass. Ted Ginn, who has done this to Darrelle Revis before when he was a Jet. Revis turned around on the stop-and-go route. He simply is not the Darrelle Revis of years past. Panthers lead 24-6. Next Panthers possession, Newton tries to hit Smith. This play, though, broken up by Revis. Revis, though, stayed down with a shoulder injury after the play. Watch it again. Revis hurts himself going to the ground, trying to come up with a pick. He would not return after the play. Panthers win it by the final of 27-6. Bills and the Bucs. Buffalo's lost 4 out of 5, still alive in the wild card hunt. E.J. Manuel saying, yeah, it's Florida State in the national championship game. First quarter, Bucs opening possession. Mike Glennon hands the ball to Bobby Rainey, and there goes Bobby Rainey. 80 yards later, you think he's in the clear. Oh, hang on a second. There's one guy left to juke. I'll just get around him. The longest rushing touchdown in Bucs history, Rainey went for 127 and a touchdown on the day. 7-0 Bucs, 2 Bucs possessions later. Glennon looks for Vincent Jackson. Jackson makes the leaping grab for 22 yards. 3 plays later, it's 3rd and 14 from the Bills' 38. Glennon avoids the rush. He throws a Peyton Manning pass. That means it's deep and it's wobbly. But Vincent Jackson comes down with it for the 38-yard touchdown. Watch it again. Glennon escapes the rush. Vincent Jackson, even though he's being held on the play, still comes down with the ball. Touchdown, Bucs. Second quarter, Bills ball. 2nd and 3 in their own 44. E.J. Manuel looking for Stevie Johnson over the middle. Tipped off of Johnson's hands, intercepted by Levante David. David returns it 25 yards, his 4th interception in 2013. Next Bills possession, 2nd and 6 in their own 43. E.J. Manuel picked off by cornerback Jonathan Banks. Banks has an 18-yard return. E.J. Manuel 2 picks in the first half, and right now Bills fans are saying, Jameis Winston wouldn't have done that. So the next time the Bills get the ball, E.J. Manuel, at least this isn't going to be a pick. Instead, it's a sack by Darrelle Revis. It's Revis' first sack with the Bucs. He's got 2 picks this year. But his first sack, 2 Bucs possessions later. 20 seconds left in the half. Glennon, back of the end zone, Timothy Wright, who's come on as a big playmaker for Tampa Bay. Glennon threw for just 90 yards, but he had 2 touchdowns and a pick in the first half. Third quarter, Bills now trailing 24-6. 2nd and 10 on the Bucs' 31-yard line. This is to get back in it. Manuel looks for Stevie Johnson instead. Intercepted by Mason Foster. 3rd pick of the game for Manuel. Bills get the ball back. 1st and 20 from their own 36. This time E.J. Manuel says, Stevie Johnson's not working out so well. I'm going to go for Robert Woods. Woods hit as soon as the ball gets there. It's tipped. Caught by Levante David. He returns it 32 yards. For David, his 2nd interception in the game. A long day for E.J. Manuel. 184 yards passing, 4 interceptions, and he was sacked 7 times. Buccaneers win it by the final of 27-6. Tampa Bay has now won 3 out of their last 4.
Niners and the Buccaneers from Tampa. The Buccaneers, they've won 4 of their last 5 games after a rough start. Jim Harbaugh and the Niners looking to keep pace in the NFC wildcard hunt. Colin Kaepernick, 5 TD passes, 1 pick in the last 3 games. His strong play would continue. Sees nothing he likes, and he can always do this.
Very talented guy, and now we have to see what the San Francisco 49ers offense is actually going to look like when they've got the full accoutrement of wide receivers, with Crabtree coming back.
Looking for Bruce Miller. Buys some extra time. That was 3rd down and 3, picking up the first down. Couple of plays later on 2nd and goal. A lot of action here for Kaepernick. Doesn't see anything he likes, and eventually Michael Crabtree going to open up, and there he is.
Nice. Still having the same chemistry he had with Crabtree last year, it seems like, early on.
Crabtree nice initially move. Open, but...
Yeah. And it's called a scramble drill. We call that plastering. Jonathan Banks, a young cornerback, needs to learn how to plaster, but he had a lot of time. All that shaking and gyration. It's tough to stay with a guy that long.
Second quarter, 2nd down, 15. Kaepernick again buying extra time, looking for Vernon Davis.
Did you see the flick of the wrist? Yeah, but that was practice for what we're going to see later. Just a practice throw.
I think it's coming up right now. This might be the best throw of the day.
Yes.
The last
From his
one was
own
pretty
40,
good.
this is a 63-yard strike.
Laser.
Outside, nobody could catch the ball.
Now, how many tight ends can you see beat a safety in a running down the football field catching a post route? Vernon Davis is probably one of maybe 2 or 3.
Well, he's only,
how many guys can do this?
Right, ran a 4.2 at the combine, so 4.3 something. So yeah, I'd say he'd qualify.
Full speed into the wall, had a hard time making it
running
to
so fast.
It did remain in the game. Exactly. Next Buccaneer drive.
A little showmanship.
Mike Glennon. To his left, there's Timothy Wright. Got him for 26.
Timothy Wright coming to his own, made some plays today.
But who is his favorite receiver?
Oh,
D-Jack.
Yes, sir.
This is Jackson having a nice season. Plenty of time for Glennon.
Nice.
Boy, he drove that thing in there.
That cut the deficit to 10 at 17-7, heading into the halftime locker room. Into the fourth quarter now. Buccaneers trailing 20-7. Here's that man again, Timothy Wright. Stepping up into a nice pocket, got him for 24.
When you evaluate the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're as talented up and down that roster as any team.
Oh, no question.
In the NFL.
Yeah, they got question marks at quarterback, and he's a nice young piece.
Well, he's playing well. He's shown promise.
He's shown he can manage a game.
Mm-hmm. Look at Colin Kaepernick there. That was 3rd down and 12, getting the extra time in the athletic throw to Michael Crabtree.
When I watched this on that last play, Jamie, though, the talent, it seems as though it needs to be coached the right way, because when you have all that talent, you should not have guys busting coverages like that, having guys running wide open like that.
Like Kaepernick there.
That was more 3rd down success. 3rd down and 6. He gets 10. Led to a field goal to make it 23-14. Bad sign when you're showing these special teams. Wow.
Trying to get a little cute.
There you go. Back to
Page and Russell Shepard botched the exchange there. And
you know who's the special teams coach down there?
Who's that?
Wannstedt.
Yes, teams guy.
Yes, he is.
Kendall Hunter with the touchdown there, and the Niners, 33-14.
Warren Sapp said something very interesting about this team. Tampa would find out today what it was like, how far they were from the bottom of the NFC wildcard picture.
Okay.
And I think that game showed you they've got a little ways to go. They've got a talented team, to your point. A lot of talent on the team. As talented as any team in that division. But this shows you kind of how they play today.
I would say wild card. This is a Super Bowl team.
But today, that team sits as the 5th or 6th seed in the wild card race.
Yeah, that's for this year.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
where they are this year.
But they weren't expecting to make the playoffs this year, so that's more of a comparison on a championship caliber team, how far away we are from them.
Tampa Bay, St. Louis, Mike Glennon and the Bucs have won 4 out of 6 after starting 0-8 first quarter. Tampa Bay looking to start out hot. 2nd and 9 from the Bucs on 25. Mike Glennon play action. Finds Vincent Jackson for a 22-yard gain. Jackson had 98 yards receiving on the day. 5 plays later, 3rd and goal from the Rams 1. Bobby Rainey in for the touchdown. Rainey had 37 yards rushing and that score on the day. 2nd quarter, Rams ensuing possession. 2nd and goal from the Bucs 1. And it's Zach Stacy, who's got it going on, into the end zone for a touchdown. Stacy goes for 104 yards and that score on the day. Now the Bucs get the ball back, looking to answer. Bobby Rainey takes the handoff. And it's ripped out, recovered by William Hayes. Rams take over with great field position. Next play, 1st and 10 from the Bucs 27. It's not the inactive Tavon Austin. The double reverse to Stedman Bailey, who goes in for a 27-yard touchdown, the other West Virginia guy. Watch how this play develops again. Wideout Chris Givens, just as excited as Stedman Bailey is, starts the reverse, gets it to Bailey, who has a wall of blockers in front. Look, even Kellen Clemens. Let me hit somebody. Let me hit somebody. Let me hit somebody. He got in the end zone anyway. Bobby Rainey gets told to shake it off by Greg Schiano. Next Rams possession, 3rd and goal. Clemens tries to score on the quarterback draw. Stripped by Gerald McCoy. Recovered by the Bucs. Keith Dandy. Schiano loves it. Kellen Clemens can't believe it. How did I give that ball up? 2 Bucs possessions later, 2nd and 16. It's Mike Glennon sacked by Robert Quinn for a loss of 9. Tampa Bay would settle for a field goal on that drive. Quinn continues to celebrate a Pro Bowl caliber season, 16th sack of 2013. Fourth quarter now, Bucks ball trailing 20-13. Glennon faces a blitz, gets sacked by James Laurinaitis. Glennon fumbles, recovered by Alec Ogletree, who's having a heck of a season. Glennon, one of his 7 sacks on the day. Under 2 minutes left, Bucks trailing 23-13. 4th and 10 from their own 36. I'm thinking of Robert Quinn sack. And there's Robert Quinn for a loss of 4, his 2nd sack of the game. Bucks finally with one last, and I mean really last chance right here. 34 seconds left, trailing by 10. Glennon. Watch out, here comes Robert Quinn. And Quinn sacks him for a 7-yard loss, his 3rd sack of the game. 18. Quinn breaks Kevin Carter's single-season record. Rams win 23-13.
Very soon. Let's check in on the Saints, who needed a win just to get in. The NFC South is out of play, but hey, Drew's still excited. We could be a 6 seed, boys! Taking on the Buccaneers. Opening possession, Drew Brees to Lance Moore.
Got him.
Gosh, he throws such a pretty ball.
He really does. You give him time to throw, man. He's one of the most productive quarterbacks.
What
was that?
No.
I saw Mooch doing that earlier.
No, you didn't.
In the dressing room. Mooch you doing that in the dressing room earlier.
Then Brees to Jimmy Graham for touchdown number 16. And see, that's how it's done, Melvin White. You got to hang on to the
ball. He didn't put a lot of energy in that. Pay that man.
Quarter, Saints up by 7. Brees to Kenny Stills, who can do more than just touchdown dance.
Rookie from La Costa Canyon High School.
Please tell me that one, Reeves.
That was somebody. It wasn't good.
Usually the guy that try to veers off in front of the camera, that's his man.
Hey, Brees, 17-21 for 321 and 4 touchdowns in the first half. And then piling on. Why don't you just take it yourself and watch this. Watch this. Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Oh!
That's
no.
Exactly, man.
That wasn't no dunk.
All right, well.